Good day, dear friends. 25th of September. Another nice rainy September day. This September has been horrible here in Moscow. In this northwestern portion of Russia from day one. 1st of September we had nothing but rain. I think 4 days with no rain. So yeah, we went straight into late October, skipping September, Indian summer, and everything else. So today I'm going into a supermarket chain called Da. I'm going to pick up a few things. I'm going to show you around reality in Russia. This is one of about 9-10 supermarket chains in this portion of Russia. Most of them are through most of Russia, but some are just localized. Da is a pretty big chain. I'm about 10 miles outside of the edge of Moscow. So this is the city itself. So we'll walk in. Yep, that's Subway. They didn't leave. Pretty much nobody left except McDonald's. McDonald's left. McDonald's sold everything, which is now called Вкусная точка or Tastes Good. Period. But they sold all of their stores with the concept that anytime in the next 11 years, I think it was, or 8.5 years, somewhere around there, they can come back and they can purchase it all out. 15 years, I'm sorry. They can come back and purchase it all out at market value. So this is a pharmacy we have here. This is an antique store. It's closed most of the time. We've got the used books for 100 rubles a piece. The only problem is he never categorizes anything. Some of the antiques he's got. Some are antiques, some are less than antiques. He's got some good stuff in there too. Here's an old-time camera. That's a fixer-upper. Don't know what the price on that is because it doesn't post it. So yes, this is how they used to take photos back about 120 years ago. No cabinet. So some of these antiques are more anything but antique, like these figures. The miniatures are pretty modern, and a lot of the stuff is actually Soviet era. Yeah. This is all modern work, but he sells his antiques anyways. So antiques and curios, I guess is what you would call it. Some old toy tanks. Some old toy tanks for the kids. So we're gonna get a cart and go do some grocery shopping. Yep, see, pretty much just like in the U.S. and the West, when that works. It's all about the same. Here's some imported German beer, so it's on sale right now. 89 rubles for half liter, except they're no longer half liters. Like everybody, they're saving. Oh, actually, these are half liters. Wow, that's rare. It's usually 450 milliliters or something like that. I think there's a pretty good beer. So this is some Dunkles Weissen. I'll take a couple. Bread. They bake it every day. I mean, it's factory made, and then they just bake it here on location. They own the suppliers. This bread with the garlic's actually really good, and the kids like it. I'll get one loaf. It's 57 rubles, so it's a little under $1. Garlic bread. Oh, it's already cut with garlic butter in between for each cut. So it's pretty good stuff. То же самое. Чесноком?
А то тут может порваться.
Да, они нормально держат.
Нет, это не видно, что когда ты пользуешься.
Еще один?
Хорошо.
О, это вы для меня? А, не, мне только один нужен.
Один.
Да, нормально. Да ладно.
Я тут вас уже спросить.
А, я думал, вы хотели.
Телефоном неудобно.
Спасибо. It's good to come here in the evening because all the bread is for sale. This is a candy that you pay for per 100 gram. All the bread, since it's made daily, anything that's left is for sale, so you get in between 20 and 40% discount. So candies, jams and breads, or cookies. Fruits, vegetables. So 89, yeah, grapes, 89 rubles for a kilogram. For you Americans, that's 2.2 pounds. 89 rubles, so that comes out about $1. That's about $1.30 for 2.2 pounds. So about 65 cents a pound. Sorry for moving the phone around, but hand-based. So, carrots, potatoes, onions, cabbages, and then your meat products going down. Fish, prepackaged fish, crab sticks that have never seen a crab in their lives. All fish, reprocessed just like crab sticks in the U.S. If you want real crab, then you really pay. Unfortunately, crab in Russia is expensive. Most of the crab comes from the eastern portion of Russia, so that getting it to this side makes it quite expensive. Such is life. Lobster is also very expensive. Meat, on the other hand, is not. So you got prepared meals. Shawarma is basically a wrap. So you got a wrap with kebab, a wrap with chicken, a roll. Here's a roll, but it's basically the same thing. Wrap, roll, shawarma, hamburgers. You just want to microwave your hamburger. They're actually not bad. Angus beef, lasagnas, chicken wings. Miratorg is a major company, major meat producer, and they also have their own chain of stores. This isn't their store. What is this? Plov. So it's on discount. 30%. Now the date must be running out. Which, hey, I'll eat it, or the kids will eat it. And what do we have here? Udon с овощами и курица shrimp. Udon with chicken. Chinese. It's also on 30% discount, so that's not bad. Still edible. It's actually relatively tasty. So you get canned foods again, canned beef, more canned meats, lots of canned fish, tuna. Like this canned tuna comes out to 149 rubles, so about $2 for how much is this canned tuna? 460 grams, so about a fourth of a pound. So you got your beans, you got tomatoes and beans and tomato sauce. This is turkey, olives Lots of olives. And this is not a big grocery store, so this actually has a limited. Has limited choice. This is a small, localized grocery store. You go into the bigger stores, and they're literally 2.5, 3, 4 times bigger, depending on the store you go into. You get a lot more choice. There's a lot more choice in food here in Russia than there was ever in the U.S. That was when I first started coming back to Russia. That was one of the shocks, was just how much of a choice compared to what you have in the U.S. So whenever we have friends and whoever come out from Europe or from the U.S., especially from the U.S., take them to a grocery store. It's a nice shock, because in the U.S. you're told you've got the best choices, you've got all this, you've got all that. Really, you don't. You have a very limited choice. Here, I mean, the amount of choice is just huge. For example, goose pate, we've got chicken pate, pork, canned. The bigger ones will also have, some of the bigger ones will have horse. Usually that's imported out of Kazakhstan. They'll have deer, canned deer meat, sometimes moose meat. We got moose running around here and around Moscow. Hell, the woods outside of my neighborhood, we have at least one moose running around there. Yeah, it's not just a Canadian animal. One of my neighbors during the winter photographed the moose on the road. It was a nice shock in the middle of the night. You have this huge moose standing there in front of you. So yeah, the moose are all over the place. Sardines. Never didn't like them in the U.S., so don't like them here either. More tuna, lots of tuna. Here we go. Here's horse. This is usually imported out of Kazakhstan. The Kazakhs raise horses for slaughter. And yeah, here's deer meat while we're at it. There you go. Deer meat. It's so basically it's almost a pound. It's about 800, almost a pound of deer meat for 200 rubles, so about $3, a little over $3. And again, this is a small grocery store, very small. We actually come to get water. Wound up grabbing a few other things, bottled water. Water. When they're talking about Coca-Cola left and Pepsi-Cola left, they didn't leave. First of all, my cafe, I work with Pepsi. So what Pepsi did was, this is Evervest is a brand for Pepsi. It's Pepsi owned. Let's see, it should be on here. There we go. That's PepsiCo Holding. What they did, they changed the name. This place doesn't have them for some reason. I do in my cafe, in my coffee house. Is Everness Royal. That's Pepsi, but a different name. This way they left the Russian market. See, good public relations. This is ginger ale. Very good stuff. I can get it cheaper than that since I work directly with Pepsi. That's not a big issue. So I'm not going to buy it here. Lipton tea, all that, I get from Pepsi also directly from my store, and then I just take some home. Yeah, this is Funky Monkey Cola. Tastes almost the same as Coca-Cola, Funky Monkey Orange. So I'm not sure if this is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola supposedly renamed itself here as Dobra Cola, nice cola, or likable cola. But these guys popped up about the same time, and they taste just like Coca-Cola. This tastes just like Miranda. You got Cool Cola, S Street, which is basically your lemon lime drinks. All these, so I don't know how many of these are actual local companies. Chorna Golovka is a Russian company that was bought out by Pepsi. So yeah, I think it was Pepsi or Coca-Cola, one of those bought these guys out. And Ruski Dar is a Pepsi subsidiary, also a Russian company that was bought out by Pepsi. And this is Tarhun, which is made out of a plant, which is a soda that we drink here. This is Duchess, which is made out of pear juice, which is also a soda. It's pretty good stuff. And this is kvass. Kvass is a drink made out of bread, black bread. It does have some trace amounts of alcohol because you can't get rid of all of it. It's like 0.01%, but it's a family-friendly drink. Kids can drink it. It's alternative to cola. It's actually pretty good for you and good for your kidneys. And then you got the toilet papers and things like that, oils. So this is the ice cream. No, this is frozen goods, not ice cream. This is Kisiel is a gelatin-like drink. Hard to describe it. In America, you don't really have anything like that. Then you have different seasonings, and then milk, flour, oils. And this is long stay milk, shelf milk, and this is the department for actual milk goods. So you got yogurts, you got your sour creams, your milks, ice creams, things like that, and then the beer and wine. Can't live without that. So, as you can see, everything's stocked. People all over the place. We're not starving. No matter what your media is telling you, they're lying to you. Prices have gone up some, true, but maybe about 10-15% over this whole course of the war. They went up a lot in March, and then they started dropping back down. Everybody calmed down. So sanctions turned out to be the joke that they are. And you're paying for those sanctions every day with your prices going up. We're not. So if you want a life that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg that you can survive on, well, we're that country. So, and we do import quite a bit still. The Europeans, for all their voice dislikes, they still like selling us stuff, like certain wines and stuff. Though we make a lot of wine of our own. We do have a lot of wine regions. So Hoegaarden, there you go, from Belgium. Belgian beer and then Russian beer. So anyways, so this is reality, and this is a small grocery store. Hope you enjoyed. When I get to a bigger one, I will take videos of that to show you how we live. Have a good day. God bless.